Welcome back to the W number, guys. We are back in the building tonight. We got some disturbing information about what's going on in the Red Onion State Prison. I got some videos to share, news, information, things that are going to absolutely blow your mind. These events that have been taking place down there are absolutely disgusting. The COs, everybody involved should be ashamed of themselves. I'm sure that mental health staff and everybody else that has something to do with this, they have a major role to play. I mean, whether you're trying to help them out or you're actively seeking to harm them, you are part of it. If you don't do something about it, you are part of it. So no matter how you look at it, if you're watching a man burn alive, there's got to be a good reason for it. And tonight we're going to get to the bottom of it one way or the other. I got a lot of information that I found about it. Things are absolutely out of control down there. People are literally burning themselves alive. As you can see on the thumbnail, we got a lot to talk about. Hopefully some people show up tonight and we can get this shit popping. I put a good video out earlier today and I hope everybody likes that. I got a lot of good feedback from it. So, it is what it is, man. Red Onion State Prison is probably one of the sickest situations that I've ever seen inside of a prison. Anybody who's willing to light themselves on fire, there's got to be a great reason for it. And I am sure, I am 100% positive, as a matter of fact, that whatever's going on down there is fucked up, right? And I know this because I've been through certain shit like this. And when you are willing to go to that length to actually, start harming yourself to the point where you're lighting yourself on fire, man, you know that they're not coming to help you. So you're really committed at that point. If you're lighting yourself on fire, you're committed to the destruction of your body, the pain that you're going to go through in order to get a message across to the world, because who the fuck can look away when you are burning yourself? And so real quick, I just want to say a prayer for the people who are involved in the convicts down there that are going through it. The people's families who are at home and they're suffering, their family members are in there. I'm sure they're worried about them. It's the holidays, so it can't be easy to be going through something like this while everybody else is out in the streets enjoying their family and their loved ones in the company and presents to be on the way. Things like it's just absolutely ridiculous that people should be going through this at all ever, especially on the holidays. Everybody showing up in the chat. Let me get my my video popped up on YouTube so I can respond to the chat. I got a few different computers on tonight, bro, because this shit is disgusting. Wait till you see the videos and things I found about this. Like, it is ridiculous. And I went on Reddit. I've searched around Reddit. I've read all the reports basically coming out of there. I got the people's names of the convicts who have been lighting themselves on fire. And it's not just, people lighting themselves on fire. They've done documentaries in the recent past about the solitary confinement conditions down there. And so the reason why they're lighting themselves on fire in the first place is the topic of conversation. It's not just like, oh, one day you wake up and you're like, I don't like how this place runs today, and I'm going to light myself on fire. There's a build up to that. You know what I mean? So we're going to get to the bottom of this. Oh, yeah, we're going to get to the bottom of this. Help me expose these motherfuckers, bro. Like, it is up to us. We are the free people of this country. It is up to us to put these people on blast. And if we don't, then we are just as bad. We're part of the problem. You know what I mean? If we're not part of the solution, we're part of the problem. And it's got to be like that. Too long we have been able to sit out here as free people, free men, free women, and enjoy the luxury of our freedom while, not only are people suffering in prison, but people are fighting for this freedom across, overseas, down in Southern America, wherever they are, they're dying for this shit. While people are in prison lighting themselves on fire because of this freedom that we are enjoying. You know what I mean? So there's some fucked up things going on in this country, and we need to talk about this shit. It's legit. Like, we really do. We need to get to this. So we're gonna get into all of it tonight too. Watch. Shit's gonna be crazy. Bill Green, ND Irish, what's good, bro? Michael Gator, how you guys doing tonight? I got my computer on so I can see everybody. Guys, hit the hearts, the hundreds, the like button, thumbs up. Send this shit to everybody, because once you see all the information that I'm gonna share on the screen, you're gonna be like, God, yo, what is going on down there? They did a documentary just very recently called Solitary, and it is about the Red Onion State Prison. I got the Pat F, how you doing, bro? I got the what's it called? The trailer for that video that I'm gonna play for you guys too. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play that first. Low Red Eyes, how you doing, bro? We're gonna get into some wicked, crazy stuff tonight, Low Red Eyes, bro. Everybody in the chat, we're gonna get to some fucked up stuff going on, some happenings in the United States of America, right here in our country, in Virginia, in a place called Wise County. It's something like an undisputable land or some shit like that. It's in Wise County, Virginia. It's called the Red Onion Supermax State Prison, where it's been under fire for the last decade or more for the most treacherous treatment to the convicts that you could ever imagine. And now you got guys lighting themselves on fire while they are alive. They're alive and they're like, you know what? I had enough. Can't take this no more. I've had enough. And anybody who could do that, they could get to that point where they are willing to set themselves on fire, knowing damn well that those cops are not coming to help you. They're going to let you burn, right? And then you got the administrative staff talking about it's a lie. They're just doing it to get shipped out of the state. And it's just a bunch of bullshit. They're denying it, like totally denying it, bro, which is crazy. Okay, Louis Alves, Steve, Pat F with the Clovers, bro. Hell yeah, you already know Irish Pride, baby. So let me share this. Let me share this video real quick. It's the trailer for the solitary video on Red Onion State Prison. It's a documentary on the prison itself. Oh, and I'd like to say real quick, shout out to Tommy G for going inside that Texas State Prison, the biggest state prison in Texas, and doing a documentary about what's going on behind them walls. Those dudes are some God-fearing, God-loving people. There's a lot of good dudes down there stuck in solitary confinement. And like I said at the beginning of this, I'm throwing a prayer up to Jesus and everybody who's listening. God, Jesus, the Mother, the Virgin Mary, Saint Christopher, everybody who can help, the angels, everybody, right? To come help these people inside the joint suffering in solitary confinement today, right now, in the holidays, thinking the worst of their life. Maybe they're on suicide watch. They're at the lowest points in their lives. They need a little bit of help. They need some blessings. Let's give it to them, bro. Let's show them we're out here. We're listening. We're watching what's going on. Boom. Here we go. This is a trailer for the video, the documentary that I was just talking about on Red Onion State Prison.
I'd love to have a wife, a couple of kids, and a dog. That's all I want out of life. Now I'm doing 1,214 years in the state of Virginia without parole.
Red Onion was opened to be a security level 6 segregation facility, Supermax. Most offenders remain in the cell 23 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Ask yourself, can you live in a bathroom for 10 years? That's, I guess you could say, inhumane.
So real quick, they said 23 hours, 7 days a week. That's segregation time. This is a Supermax prison where every single person in the prison is under Supermax conditions.
All I've ever known was violence. It wasn't the solution to the problem. It was just life.
Some days your stress level can be out the roof, and it feels like you're doing time.
They go back into the real world and they come back. This is our world.
Like to talk to me, Mr. Marsh? Occasionally, we do see that segregation can have harmful effects on a person's mental health.
It's like I've forgotten about. Hey, for real, doctor, I need your support.
If you don't feel like you're relevant to nobody in that cell, then it'll make you lose your damn mind.
It gets to you, and it hurts like hell. All it's doing is turning us into caged animals.
I'm just trying to make it. I don't know if hope is what's keeping me going.
It's like I've forgotten.
All right, so that's just the trailer for that video. I'm gonna show you there's other videos, right? This is a news report about it. I'm going to show you this in a minute. I'm not going to show you right now. I just want to talk about what they said in that video real quick, right? So the dude, you seen him, he was on suicide watch in that cell where he's talking to the doctor and he's like, you know, I need your support, doctor, right? In Massachusetts, you wouldn't even be dumb enough to say that to the doctor because you know damn well they don't give a fuck about you, right? They're not supporting you. They want you to leave them alone. They don't want you to cause them a headache. That is all they're going to care about, is if you are acting in a way where they're going to need to do paperwork or come see you at your suicide watch cell to send you to Bridgewater, in which case they're going to need to show up or send a motion to court to get you there. And that is a headache. They would rather keep you in that suicide watch cell for 50, 60, 70 days with no clothes, in a stricken Barney Flintstone suit, right? Where you just have these Velcro straps, right, around you, and you're living with that, like just like that, right, for months, rather than just put that motion in, send you there for 30 days, because they know that people go to Bridgewater and get a break from the monotony and the madness of solitary confinement for 30 days where they can get some canteen and some rest and talk to some fine girls, right? They would rather have you suffer in that cell with nothing than give you that little bit of perks and just relaxation time, right? Mr. Freedom, how you doing, brother? Yup, 30 days, bro. Fact. Crisis. Code 99. Code 99. For those you don't know, right? Code 99 in crisis is when you are going through a situation where you need to talk to mental health. You call Medic 5. You say, I need Medic 5, right? And they're supposed to come down and they're supposed to talk to you about your problem. You can tell them I'm suicidal. I need Medic 5, right? They're going to come down and see you. But you do not have to do that. If you have not been upstate yet, do not let the COs trick you into telling them that you are suicidal, especially if you are not suicidal. Do not ever tell them. You tell them you need to talk to Medic 5. It is none of their damn business what you need to talk to them about. Medic 5 in this state now has the right to write you a disciplinary report for calling them to speak to them. It doesn't even matter if you have a legit crisis. Your mom's got cancer and she's about to die. If you're not suicidal and they think that you're fucking working them, they'll write you a disciplinary ticket and put you in the hole. It's never happened to me, but they do that shit, right? And you know, God bless these people for being able to wake up in the morning and look at themselves in the mirror, because I suck at their job, right? I'm just saying, right? How's everybody doing tonight? Mr. Freedom, Bill Green, Red Onion, Randy. Okay, Bry Guy, salute, bro. I hope your channel's doing great. If everybody has not gone over there yet, go check out Bry Guy in his channel. He's got a dope ass channel, and he talks about recovery, and he gets a little cranky on camera, and I think it's hilarious sometimes. But he's a good ass dude, and you know, he's got some entertaining content. So go over there and check him out. Subscribe to him, show him some love. All right, so let me share this video real quick, bro, and we can watch this. None of these videos are more than 3 or 4 minutes long, right? And the information, I'm gonna get to some news reports and some news videos, things like that we could go over, dude, about these inmates lighting themselves in fire down in Red Onion State Prison, who they are, why they did it, in their own words, right? So this is the administration from the Red Onion State Prison talking right now, and this needs to be heard by the world, right? Because nobody lights themselves on fire knowing they're not going to get any fucking help if they do not mean this for real. Like this is no joking matter. This is no situation where you could be like, well, they're just doing it for attention. You don't light yourself on fire for attention. You can take a razor blade and cut yourself and go to the hospital. Lighting yourself on fire is on a whole nother level of, we need a message to get out to the public. That's as simple as that. The only reason they do this is so that they can get a message out to the public that they are not playing around. There's some fucked up shit going on down there, right? So let's watch this shit.
Out of Red Onion State Prison and reports of several inmates harming themselves. Governor Glenn Youngkin confirming the details in a news conference today. You're watching 8 News at 11. I'm Eric Phillips.
I'm Heather Hope. 8 News reporter Allison Williams is live in our studio tonight to unpack these disturbing details. Allison.
Eric and Heather, these details are brutal. Governor Youngkin confirmed today that 6 inmates at Red Onion in Wise County have lit themselves on fire this year. But the Virginia Legislative Black Caucus says at least 12 inmates have lit themselves on fire since September in response to, quote, degrading and inhumane conditions. They say people who've been at Red Onion described being regularly subjected to racial and physical abuse from correctional officers, medical neglect, excessive solitary confinement, with one report of 600 consecutive days, inedible food covered in maggots, and
inedible food covered in maggots, right? Now, I'm not going to lie. I've spent way more than 600 days in solitary confinement, but if you're spending 600 days in solitary confinement for a minor infraction, it's outrageous. That's 2 years, by the way, right? And if you're getting food that has maggots in it for that whole time, like, I could only imagine.
Officer spit and violent dog attacks. Here's Governor Youngkin. Officer spit and violent dog attacks. Here's Governor Youngkin on this today.
There's been 6 cases this year in 2024 at Red Onion have been self-inflicted burnings from inmates. They have been fully investigated by our Department of Corrections. And I do think that part of the investigation is to understand how they've happened and why they've happened. Self-harm is a difficult thing to combat sometimes when it's perpetrated in a way that is part of the basic infrastructure of the facility.
8 News plans to question prison officials about these allegations during an interview scheduled for tomorrow morning. An interview the Department of Corrections is making available to address what they call misinformation. More details are on our website at WRIC.com. Live in studio tonight, I'm Allison Williams, 8 News.
So there's another video, right? I'm going to find it. It is the administrative staff talking about they're denying it totally. They say that there's nothing, none of this is happening down here. It's a lie. People are just trying to say this stuff so they can get shipped to a different state facility. But no one lights themselves on fire to get shipped to a different facility. You can do that without lighting yourself on fire. And that is not the only, they don't ship people out of state who are self-injuring. That is the biggest rule about getting shipped out of state. If you are injuring yourself, you don't go. You get kept right there because no other state wants a person that they have. They're going to worry about them killing themselves, right? That doesn't happen, and people know that. So that's a load of trash, right? So someone said that in the chat. They said, "Shout out to my boy who got shipped to Red. Free my guy." Joe, hold on, let me put it up on the screen because this is crazy, right? I want to know more about your boy Joe. He got shipped to Red Onion State Prison. It's a wild place. So I'm assuming that he got shipped out of state compact, right? Which means that you sit in the hole and you wait for your turn to get shipped to a different state where someone from that state gets shipped to your state to take your place, right? Which is what they do a lot of times for people that are hiding out, or they have major smoke in their state. They ship them to another state for a protective custody move. But a lot of times also they'll do it for high-ranking gang members or influential people so that they can't cause the problems that they're causing in the facility anymore. This computer's dead, so I'm not even going to keep it up. But so there's just a lot of different reasons why they might ship a person out of state. I'm not saying that everybody would be a PC that gets shipped out of state. That's crazy. That's not what I'm saying at all, but it is what they do a lot. Now, so I just want to tell you something from my own experience on like segregation in how it feels to be up in the box and what you're going through on a daily basis, right? So you wake up in the morning time and they're going to give you rec. You go out to a dog kennel cage where you will get an hour out there a day. That's your hour a day, right? And sometimes, most of the time, in the box where you're not trying to wake up first thing in the morning and go out to that yard, freezing cold in the wintertime. They don't give you jackets. They don't give you hats. They don't give you gloves. Now, let me take it back a little bit. They will give you a jacket if they have them. So in the Max anyway, right? In Shirley Max, they keep jackets in a little corner closet before you hit the rec deck, because they take your jacket when you get to the box. They take your jacket out of your cell. They don't let you keep it in your cell. If you have your own personal jacket, they'll put it in your property, and they'll give you one of these reusable jackets they keep in the closet next to the rec deck. If they don't have jackets in there because other people are using them, then oh shit, W number dropping. If they don't have jackets in there because someone's using them, then you don't get a jacket. You're shit out of luck. So you're stuck wearing socks that you cut holes in and put the socks over your arms to keep yourself warm, right? And a towel that you put around your neck that they'll bitch to you about not wearing a towel around your neck when you go out to the yard, right? So they'll be like, oh, don't put that, but you just put you put your shirt over it. Now, a lot of times you will end up with one of these nasty lice-ridden jackets that they give you, right? But for the most part, you're shooting craps. You know what I mean? You don't know if you're gonna get one or not, right? In the cell, though, you're in either you could be stuck in a 2-man cell in the hole. That's a 23-hour, 24-hour lockdown with the cellmate at all times, right there with you. And that's one of the things that we fought during double bunking, was the cellmates in the hole, where we were forced to fight each other twice a week, every week until you broke, right? They would force you in with your friends. They'd force you in with other races. They'd force you in with whoever that they thought would break you, right? Or you would break them, which is what they kept on doing with me, because I was winning. So they'd be like, okay, send him in. I'd beat this dude up, and then that dude wouldn't want to do it again. So he'd take the next person that comes to his cell. And I realized they were doing this. So when I got to my friend Jesse Doherty, I'm like, you know what? God rest Jesse's soul. Great person. Lynn guy, great dude. He was like, Maddie, bro. He's like, I don't want to fight you, bro. He's like, this is stupid. We're beating each other up for the entertainment of these cops. Like, they sit at the door, they watch us kick each other's asses, and they spray us with gas for like 5 minutes before they come in while you're suffocating and burning alive from the gas, and beat you with the shields, twist your ball sack, break your toes, break your fingers, beat the shit out of you, drag you out, act like the nurse is looking at you, and throw you back in and do it again. And then you fight for round 2 with your handcuffs on. So it's like a headbutt fight. It's ridiculous, right? The cops are getting more enjoyment out of this than anything we're getting, right? And we think we're maintaining our self-respect, but they pit us against each other constantly. It's us against us. And that's just how they like it, because if we're fighting each other, we're too worried about each other to worry about them, which is bullshit, because they're the number one enemy, honestly. And I'm not saying go commit violence towards any of them. Honestly, I truly am. I'm saved. I found Jesus, and I'm a different person. But at one point, I would say go fuck one of them up. I would enjoy you to whoop one of them out, because the way they treat us is so bad. Giving us an extra tray, a roll of toilet paper. They might leave you in there with no toilet paper. They give you your portions of food when you come around and you get your tray, and you look at it and you're like, geez, man, you're losing weight, shedding weight like a motherfucker. At one point in the hole up here, you go to the hole for 30 days and lose 45 pounds. That's more than a pound a day. And once the weight starts coming off really fast, especially if you're working out and trying to maintain some type of mental health, with your exercise, you're going to be shedding weight fast, and you're going to be super hungry at nighttime to the point where your stomach is going to be eating itself, and you're going to be fucked up down there, bro, right? So there's really nothing you could do about it. You're going to be hungry, thinking about food every night. Your stomach's going to be hurting. And for these guys in Red Onion State Prison, getting maggots with small food portions in their food, CO spitting in their food, and the cops just overall treating these guys like fucked up individuals, right? And let me tell you about the psychology of the COs who work in segregation units for the entirety of their job career, right? All right, there's the DDU COs. The DDU COs, they over time, right? Now they could go in there, maybe they do maintain respect with the convicts. They do have some type of respectable rapport with you guys. And they only treat the Skinners and pieces of shit like badly, right? Those guys, okay, you know what I mean? But they do take shit from the other COs. If you are nice to convicts, if you favor us in any type of way, it's called wearing wearing the hat or some shit. No. Sorry, it's you're wearing the white cap, right? If you're treating us like dogs, right? Then you're wearing the cap, right? You're wearing the black hat, which is the DOC cap that they all wear, and they wear it proudly to let you know that they're not on your side and they're gonna be doing you dirty. That's what they get. That's what they get their rocks off on. Like they call it wearing the hat to treat you like shit. Like, oh, you must be wearing the white hat today. Like you're surrendering because you treat the convicts with respect and dignity. But if you treat us like shit, you're wearing the hat. Fist bump, chest bump, bro. Like, give me a fucking break, bro. Right? If they start thinking like, okay, they're untouchable because the only time you ever come out of your cell is with waist chains and shackles on, handcuffs around your waist, right? Shackles around your ankles, and you're never gonna get a time where you have your hands out free and the cops in front of you. Never. So they are untouchable unless you fight them on a move team where they come at least 6 or 7 deep with stab vests, move team riot gear helmets, shields, gas, chemical agent, which is MK9. It's 10 times stronger than bear mace and will take you out. It disables you. It's meant to disable you before they even come in the cell. And then they'll come in and whoop you out like you're fighting back anyways, right? I won't let that happen. I'm wearing a gas mask. I'm getting a shield of my own so that the gas don't touch my skin, and I'm fighting my ass off because I know either way I'm gonna get my ass kicked. So I'm gonna kick someone's ass with me, bro. Like simple as that. And they get their rocks off on that shit, bro. They want you to fight the move team because 9 times out of 10 they know the gas is gonna disable you and they're gonna be beating up a helpless person, right? So these dudes down here in Red Onion State Prison, I've seen people get to the point up here where they cut their wrists and they hang themselves in order to get out of the cell, go to the hospital, get a trip to Bridgewater State Hospital. But never have I seen someone actually light their body on fire. I've seen people light their cell on fire. Eddie Ramirez being one of them. I did a video about him. He lit his cell on fire a bunch of times. This kid Dion, he lit his cell on fire a bunch of times. And if you light your cell on fire, they're gonna leave you in there with the black plastic smoke, and you're gonna be really. It's a bad scene, bro. I mean, anybody who lights their cell on fire is gonna be fucked up in that cell. But these dudes must be at a point down there where they're breaking. You gotta be snapping to light yourself on fire, right? So let's read some of these reports, right? Let's read some of these reports because some of this is the gritty, nitty gritty shit. See what this one is. Hold up. All right. Boom. Let me go over here. Bang. All right. So this is it's called self-immolation. When you light yourself on fire, that's what this is called. On September 15th, 2024, which is like just a couple months ago, right? This is when it started. Since September, there's been 12 cases of convicts lighting themselves on fire, right? This is to send a message, bro. They're sending a message to the public because they need help, right? And that's what we got to be out here doing. We got to help them. We got to spread this word. We got to tell people about this shit, bro. And you know, obviously this is maybe quasi biased, maybe, but you know, whoever's writing this is not in prison. They just believe in abolishing prisons. But either way, the facts are the facts. You can't hide the facts. There people are lighting themselves on fire. You can't hide that, right? When you show up to the hospital with 3rd degree or 2nd degree burn wounds, right? They know like you lit yourself on fire, right? So a tragic, horrifying event took place at Virginia's Red Onion State Prison, an event that highlights the unbearable conditions incarcerated individuals face every day. In a recent radio essay, Kevin Rashid Johnson reports that Econ and his cellmate Trayton Brown set themselves on fire, hoping to escape the intolerable racism, abuse, and inhumane conditions they were subjected to. Econ suffered 3rd-degree burns. His cellmates' injuries were even worse. So if he suffered 3rd degree and his cellmates were worse, it's got to be 2nd or 1st. These are not isolated acts. In a span of just 2 weeks, a dozen black men at Red Onion took the same desperate measures, setting themselves ablaze. These are not acts of protest. These are human beings driven to extreme lengths, simply hoping for relief from their torment. Kevin Rashid Johnson, a revolutionary activist incarcerated at Red Onion, has reported on these horrific incidents, exposing the extreme cruelty and hopelessness that defines life inside the prison. Rashid is no stranger to the injustices of the prison. Rashid's system. Born on October 3rd, 1971 in Richmond, Virginia, Kevin Rashid Johnson is a founding member of the New African Black Panther Party and later the Revolutionary Intercommunal Black Panther Party. He has spent decades fighting for the rights of incarcerated individuals, all while enduring the bars himself. After being convicted of murder in 1990, he did not commit. After I'm done reading this, bro, I'm going to go over why it's just the black dudes that have lit themselves on fire right now. And, obviously there's a lot to do with racism and stuff like that, but these are conditions that every race is facing, right? It's just that a movement, when a movement starts happening, it's one race that pops it off. And so I am sure that other races will either follow suit or be contributing to in many other ways other than lighting themselves on fire, because that's very extreme. But it could be that there's extreme racism, but and which is a very good possibility. Racism is terrible sometimes, and especially inside of prisons where you got a place like Virginia with all white COs and shit. But hold on, prison radio is the platform that makes it possible for Rashid's voice, the voices of countless others trapped in America's prison system. All right, so we got a copy of Rashid's voice. Let's go to this. This is Rashid Johnson. If anybody wants to get in touch with him, there's actually contact info right here. And this one is a statement. It's called "I Set Myself on Fire," and it's his voice. Hold on, let's play it. Yeah, I'm coming right now. Yep. All right, guys, there you have it. Some seriously fucked up shit. The studio is closing right now. I wish I could stick around for longer. I hope everybody has a blessed night, man. God bless everybody. Everybody who showed up tonight. I appreciate the love and support. Great night always when I come on here and I get to kick it with my people. Appreciate all the love and support that anybody shows. Everybody in the chat, salute. Guys, share this video, even though it is based on what happened to the black race down here in this place, right? Let's not let race cloud our vision on what's right, because what people are going through behind that wall, whether they're black, white, or Spanish, if we say, oh, fuck them because it doesn't really matter, they're the black dudes down there, right? Whatever, right? We're not black. That's like us out here, any race, saying fuck those dudes in prison because we're not in prison. They matter. Everybody in there matters. And I'm sure it's not just them going through it, it's everybody. With that said, I appreciate all the love, guys. Peace out, man. Have a blessed night. God bless everybody. W number out.